Hey crocheters, so it is Monday. No, it's not. It is May 1st. It is Wednesday, May 1st. And this year I set a goal to do a vlog for every day in May, or Vlog-A-Day May, as I was going to call it. I'm going to call it. Anyway, a couple of things that are going to be different about this, rather than just my normal vlog, is that in my normal vlog, I do a wrap up of everything that I've been crocheting that week. And I also edit. Because I'm going to be doing one of these every single day, I'm not going to edit. It's going to just be straight shot to the camera and upload. Yeah, and upload to YouTube. So that will be different. Also, I will be doing on Tuesdays, instead of doing a vlog every single day, on Tuesdays I'm planning to do a live. So I'll probably go live about like 7 p.m. Central Time. So I'm excited for that. I've only done a live once before and then I just haven't worked it into the schedule. So I'm going to do that on Tuesday, every Tuesday of this month. And then the other days, some days I am going to do kind of a vlog where I talk about the crocheting that I've done and what I'm working on at the moment. But I'm also planning on just kind of talking about some other things as well. Like for example, why I decided to go with Old Soul Crochet Company as the name for what I do. And I'm going to answer that question today. One other thing though is actually two other things. I won't be doing any vlogs on Sunday, so it'll be Vlog-A-Day May every day but Sunday. And also, I want to do Vlog-A-Day May because my birthday is in May, so I'm kind of partial to the month already. But I'm planning on, so my birthday is the 18th, and so that's a Saturday. So the entire week leading up to my birthday, I'm planning on doing some like fun sales and things, pattern releases stuff during that week. So I think that that will be pretty fun. So I totally understand, like there are a lot of YouTube creators putting out a lot of content, and it's hard to keep up with all of it. I am miserable at it. I feel terrible, but I have like a really hard time keeping up with anyone just because there's so much going on in my life and so many things other people are doing as well. So if you don't have a chance to follow along with every single day of Vlog-A-Day May here on my YouTube channel, I totally understand. I would highly recommend though that week of the 18th being on a Saturday, that whole week, maybe pay attention to those vlogs because there will be some fun things going on in there. So that's kind of it for, I guess, setting up the vlog, this month of vlogging, what we're going to be doing. So one of the things I do want to talk about, and it's a question I've gotten a couple of times, is why I chose Old Soul Crochet Company for my name. And so the reason behind that is I was going through a phase where I was realizing that I'm an old soul. So what does that mean? I think a lot of people have maybe different explanations for it. But for me, it means, just kind of feeling like old at heart, and not like old in like a decrepit way, but like, like vintage, or just kind of like really loving those things from the past. And like, I don't know, I'm not sure if this is making sense. And I need a drink of water, so 1 second. That is a problem of not editing, is you guys have to see, things like drinks of water. Anyhow, so I was kind of having this realization because of a conversation I had with one of my sisters, and she was talking about how we were raised. So I grew up with a big family on an acre of land that we pretty densely farmed. So we grew most of our own like fruits and vegetables, and we canned, and we raised meat chickens, and we raised goats, and we raised the goats so that when we bought a calf, we could raise the calf on goat's milk, and because it's cheaper than calf milk replacer. If any of you guys are homesteaders, it's kind of a pro tip there. And we would, and then we'd butcher the cows, for meat. So yeah, very like self-reliant, very do-it-yourself kind of people that I grew up with. Also lots of like sewing and some crocheting, but just like very much my family are people who work with their hands, like working in the dirt, feel very grounded, and kind of have older life experiences. So like when I was growing up, I'm only 26. And so when I was growing up in, the early 2000s, the late 90s, early 2000s, kids that I would go to school with would be like, so what's your favorite TV show? And we didn't have TV in my house because there were so many other things to do. And we're avid book readers. Like we can sit down and have discussions on Louis L'Amour books, like pretty deep discussions. And so I didn't have similar experiences with a lot of the kids in my generation, because I lived in town. It was an Idaho town, but it was still in town. Like most of my friends grew up in subdivisions. They didn't have, they had lawns. They didn't have gardens. They, had a dog or a cat. They didn't have goats or cows or chickens. And they knew nothing about, planting seeds and watering and transplanting and picking and canning and, doing all of these things. And so I actually had, growing up, more similar life experiences to people like 2 generations above me. More in common with grandmas than, 8-year-olds. We just had more similar life experiences. And so that is, I think, a big part of like why I'm an old soul. And truthfully, I loved it. I loved growing up like this. Yes, it was hard, and there were definitely days when I was like, I don't want to can peaches anymore. Actually, peaches weren't bad. I didn't like canning tomatoes though. Or like I didn't want to make applesauce, or really didn't like weeding. I like harvesting, but I don't like weeding. And so there were always days, growing up, you're like, this is not fun. I don't like this. But for the most part, like I look back on my upbringing, my childhood, and the way I was raised, and I'm really grateful for it. And so, kind of leaning into that kind of old school way of thinking and doing and living, I think that's a big part of why I'm an old soul. And so I was having all of these thoughts and this sort of realization, as I was kind of thinking of being, maybe trying to make a crochet company. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my daughter. This is going to be another part of the non-editing vlog, because there will be, human sounds in the background, like my daughter saying, "Daddy, I want out of the tub." So that's going to happen as well. I hope that's okay. Anyway, so, a couple years ago when I was starting to think about, making, trying to do pattern designs and start a business, I was also having this realization about myself, that I was an old soul and that I liked that, that I was happy with that side of myself. And so I just, that's kind of where it came from. And I was doodling on a piece of trace paper, just kind of writing out the words over and over again. And I kind of came up with a design I liked, and I was like, I think I want to stick with this. So yeah, that is kind of my business's name origin story, and why I chose that. And I want to tell you guys about that, because I have had people say, like, I don't get it. Why old soul. You know, it didn't quite make sense. So I wanted to share that with you guys today here on the first vlog. I've got lots of other things to share, so I hope you guys will stay tuned during this week, this month, and happy May. I can't believe it's here. But I'm excited to see what this month holds, so I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. See you then.